Surratt, as he stated. I am running for the House of Representatives against Hugh Blackwell. And give you a little history about myself. I was born and raised in Lenore. My mother and father. My mother was a minister. 8 family. I've got 5 brothers, 3 girls. So we learned what sharing was all about. A very strict home life. None of us ever got in trouble because we was afraid of our mother. You just didn't go against her, that's for sure. So all 8 of us never got in one dab of trouble. All 5 boys walked a straight line. Even when my mother was on her deathbed, they were still saying yes ma'am and no ma'am. So that's where we came from. So I graduated from Hudson High School. I was in the 6th grade, I think, during integration. When they started integration, I was scared to death. Our parents put us on the bus to go to school in Whitnall. Is where I'm from, Dooleytown, so we bused to Whitnall, and high school students bused to Hudson High. And just this little bitty old black girl. Oh gosh, my knees were shaking, and we were scared. We'd been pulled away from our parents. It was traumatic, and a traumatic experience. Then when we got to school, everybody was lined up on the sides of the bank, looking at these little black kids get off the bus, not knowing that we were terrified. Don't know how in the world we made it through that day, but we did. And learned to love the school, had many friends. Integration was a good thing for us, and I thank God that we did get through it. Anyway, I founded my own business, Select 2000, which is a nonprofit there in Morganton. And what Select 2000 does is it talks to employers about diversifying their employment, giving black people a seat at the table, letting us show you what we know and what we can do. And sometimes it's hard to break those barriers, but we are having a little bit of progress, and we're glad of that. I was chair for Human Relations for Morganton. The city of Morganton, was member for 2 years, chaired Human Relations for 3 years. Went on from that to Commission Inclusion for the governor. This commission was dealt with diversifying again, so I'm well into diversifying and feel very comfortable in it. I'll go in a all white atmosphere or all black atmosphere, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm comfortable wherever I go. The challenge now is to change up a thing in Morganton where the incumbent has been in his position for a long time. I think ever since 2002, I think he's been House Representative. Everybody knows the exact number, but he's been there for a long time.
Too long.
We're very cordial with each other. We just have different beliefs. And I don't understand how they can vote for some of the things and vote against some of the things they're voting against when it deals with children and the poor and the vulnerable. And I'm definitely against that. I look across the room and we're all aging adults. And I don't know what your health circumstance is or your economic circumstance, but I do know a lot of people at our age are suffering. And I can't just sit by and allow that to happen and the incumbent totally ignore and vote with his constituents. Sometimes you have to stand up, and I feel like if a constituent of mine was voting for something that I did not believe in, I think I'd voice my opinion. I don't think I would vote because everybody's voting that way. I would vote according to my conviction. And so I think it's time that we change all of that. I'm in and out of Raleigh. I speak to the governor, not often, but most of the time. He comes and shares with us his heart. And I can tell you people, this man has the world on his shoulder. He's getting repeated calls constantly of people calling, saying, I'm sick, I need this done and I need that done. When are we going to get Medicaid expansion? Can we get Medicaid expansion? And we can. Understand that. We can bring down medication expansion if we have the votes in the House. That's the only thing that's keeping that from happening. We've got 500,000 to 600,000 people in that coverage gap that's not being with pre-existing illnesses. You can look around your family. I'm sure Medicaid expansion touches every household. And then we've got vulnerable children whose parents are on food stamps. And if your parent is on food stamps, 9 times out of 10, that child is getting free lunch. They're cutting $3.6 million. I think that's accurate. Count may have gone up somewhat. With the Supplemental Nutritional Assistant Program, which feeds these kids at school. And I'm wondering, how in the name of God can you do that? You know, and I was sharing with a couple over there about my daughter. She's a principal in a very poor district, and Spring Lake in Fayetteville. And we were there. She had some stuff to do at school, and we went by for a few minutes, and we heard the buzzer ring, and it was 2 little kids holding hands and ringing the buzzer. And we went to the door, and she said, "Baby, can I help you guys?" And they said, "Miss Hill, we come to eat breakfast. We don't have any breakfast at home." Now, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to stand before God one of these days.
Right.
And the Bible says you will give an account of deeds done in the body. So I don't understand how somebody can vote against the vulnerable, vote against sick, people that can help themselves. My God, we need to stand up. Don't tell me I cannot stand up for what is right. I'll be David against Goliath any day of the week. And I will speak my peace. And I will fight for those that are vulnerable. I want you to fight with me. So I'm asking you, when that ballot comes around and you see that Surratt name, don't pay no attention to Hugh Blackwell and how long he's been in. It's time for him to go. You've been in there long enough for things to be changed. And you have not changed them. So move and let somebody else in here there who can. God bless you. I've got cards and also envelopes. I'm going to need a little money along the way.